Shall we move on to NHL with just two games tonight? All right. Now, once again, the NHL record, Jim. You first of all, you do deep research, which is great to listen to, regardless of your record. I don't care if you're 0-15. Your research on all this shit is great, Jim, and especially in hockey. You did go negative in your last show with us.
Yeah.
So now you're down 1 unit, which is okay.
Yeah.
Very easy to come back from that.
Yeah.
Just a weird couple of days yesterday, and on the 19th and the 20th. I am still nicely up 19-13, plus 8 units, plus 23%. But as we know, bam! 2 bad days, that'll be negative. No, easy. No, well, not today because there's only 2 games. But today, tomorrow, and Wednesday could easily go negative.
I'm down a unit, and it's funny because I feel like I have a good feel for what's happening out there.
Yeah.
NHL is just a difficult sport. There's a lot of parity.
Yes.
And I still believe in my reads, and I think I'm gonna keep.
I believe in your reads and a lot of variance, and that St. Louis puck line that you just barely lost that I had the -1 on. I mean, if you would hit that one, you'd be up 2.5 units. So there's a lot of variance and a lot of yes, absolutely, as you said in NHL. We got 2 games: the Rangers in San Jose and LA Toronto. I guess let's start with the Rangers in San Jose. Obviously, San Jose is on their road trip. The Rangers coming off of a win, but before that lost a bunch of games in a row, not looking too inspiring. I would have a slight lean to San Jose here. I wish we were getting a little bit more of a dog line, but I'm not a believer in the Rangers. Not really a believer in San Jose either, but feel like it's a slightly better spot for San Jose. What do you think?
I agree. I thought we'd get a better line too. I thought we'd have some more value on the Sharks, which we're not getting. The Rangers took 9 games to win their 2nd game of the season. Their general manager, Jeff Gorton, should be fired. He's put a shit roster together full of small players that are easy to play against. Now the dressing room should improve slightly because Jesper Fast, Chris Kreider, Jimmy Vesey all got their first goals of the season, so there should be some relief in that dressing room. And yeah, the Sharks look old and slow, but I'm sure Brent Burns is going to turn it around. He picked up 2 assists last game, but now it's 4 assists to go along with 0 goals. I think Logan Couture is a top-flight NHLer, and I think they will, if they were a dog here, I would hammer it. But
yeah, they opened as a very small dog, about +104, but right now the best line would be +100 that we can give, which is cutting it a little bit close, isn't it?
It's just not worth it for me. The Rangers are going to feel much better after those 3 guys broke the schneid. How can we trust an old, slow team like the Sharks? But
are they that old and that slow? You watch these games, right, Jim?
They are that old. I do watch these games. I have an NHL package. They're that old.
Excellent. So if I ever need you have a question about what a team looked like, you'll probably be able to answer it, at least within the past 2 weeks or something.
I will always be able to answer it. I will watch hockey nonstop for the rest of the year.
Jim the motherfucking bag. All right, so you're going to pass on that one?
I'm going to pass on that one.
All right, next game is LA and Toronto. Obviously, LA off to an awesome start. That was kind of unexpected. Toronto off to an awesome start, which was not particularly unexpected. A lot of people called it. A lot of people, anyone who was betting Toronto overs and on their money lines or puck lines to start the year, congratulations, you were cashing. I had a good read on that one. I was thinking about a shot with the over, even though it's a Monday game and Quick can be good. He is expected to be in goal, I believe. But again, LA has been a very high-scoring team, very big over-trender on the year. You think that's likely to continue or not?
It can't continue. I can't see a world where this could possibly continue. Jeff Carter's out 6 to 8 weeks with a cut tendon in his ankle. So now they're going to move up Nick Dowd and Nick Shore. Now, mind you, there's a tiny bit of a bias. I didn't think the Kings were going to be as good as they were this year. I've got them to not make the playoffs, and obviously the Kings have made me look bad. And when they beat Columbus 6-4, I'm very lucky that we didn't have a show on because I probably would have taken Columbus in that situation. And the Kings looked very, very good. It has to stop. It just has to stop. Now, yeah, Stevens' faster pace tempo is working. Obviously the team is happy to get Daryl Sutter out the door. Now, the Kings beat the Leafs 7-0 at ACC. Then the Leafs just lose 6-3 versus Ottawa. Babcock is going to have them fired up. He will just not allow this team to play so poorly defensively. Now, they clearly need help on the back end. They just signed Roman Polak to a 1-year, $1.1 million contract, and that's not the answer. They're averaging 3.5 goals allowed per game. That is too many. I am going to take a shot at the Leafs -1.5 puck line. I can't imagine how Nick Dowd and Nick Shore are going to hold this team together. Now, obviously, This team is a big, tough veteran hockey club. So they're going to probably be able to withstand the Carter injury. But if I look at their roster, when I look at their roster, I don't know how they're doing it. I don't get how they're doing it.
You just answered at the beginning of the show. A lot of parity, a lot of variance in NHL. So a small run of 7 games, anything can happen with any team. Most teams, not all teams. But the puck line, Toronto, best line be at Pinnacle, plus 211. Not bad. Not bad. It makes some sense to me. In general, I like fading teams that have been hot, that you have reason to believe have been overachieving on a big, for a big loss. Because when they start losing, they're going to lose big, not necessarily by one or by, the value would be on them losing big, I think. So yeah, that might be a nice play there, Jim. Minus 1.5, plus 211. I was thinking that way as well. I was thinking about Toronto on the puck line. I was liking Toronto here. I didn't bet it on the overnight line just because the line was high, but it's gotten bet down a bit, which is understandable. So now it's down around minus 140 in the upper 130s. I'm thinking about joining you. The Kings, you think, are very vulnerable here. Bad spot. What's your take on Jonathan Quick this year?
I think he's stepped up. He's obviously upset that he only played 17 games last year. Right. I was wondering whether Quick and Price would look bad this year, and I thought maybe they both would. It looks like I'm right on one and wrong on the other. Quick is just a top goalie in the NHL, and he's proven that year after year, and he's proven that again and making me look bad.
And you think that's going to be something that we'll see long term this year?
I do. I think Quick is just that kind of a goaltender. Now he's going to need some breaks.
Right.
So if they expect him to play 65 games this year, then it will derail a little bit. But he's one of the best in the league, and he's making me look bad. But I just don't see, I can't reiterate this more, they don't have a lot of depth down the middle, and losing Jeff Carter is going to be devastating.
I'll go on this one with you, Toronto, but I'm going to take the -1 line. I like to take these -1 lines, and I will take Toronto -1, and that will be the money line part of that will be -139 at a bunch of places, and the puck line part, of course, is plus 211, what Jim just gave. So that's a small positive dog line there for the -1 line. And Jim, if we both cash it, you will get over 2 units. Very, very nice. And that's about it for NHL. That's all we got.
That's all we got for NHL tonight.
All right, so we'll both be on Toronto here.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.